the founder of the fabulous Witchy Bazaar. What made you start up such an incredible little community in Glasgow?
I've always been a bit weird and into the weird and wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
But what started it was my daughter, Chloe. She started getting into stuff like that. So I was like, oh, let's go and do something. Let's go to something that's like no pressure, nothing like that. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. So I was like, I'll just start it. So I started it with her kind of helping.
How old is she?
She's 14 now.
Oh,
but
amazing.
it was about when she was 10 that we started it. So it's been about 4 years.
That's that kind of age as well. It's hard to find something to do together.
Yeah, because everything, like the only things there was like spiritual churches and things, but they're a bit more serious. I was looking for like a fun wee day out for her.
And that's exactly what this is. So tell us a bit about what you can find here at the Witchy Bazaar and how often it runs.
You can find anything. You can find candles, crystals, jewellery, paintings, hormonal health, everything. And it runs every about 8 weeks.
What I think is so nice is when you walk into the room, you can just tell everybody is really like-minded and they're all here for similar reasons. The same thing. Kind of like
people that get it.
People that get it.
Yeah.
Love that.
And we're now online. We've got the Witchy Bazaar online. So you can find all of the vendors here on the website, so you can buy them anytime.
That's amazing. Anytime you want. And today we're here, we're going to do a little live pod and I'm looking forward to it.
I know, so am I. I can't wait.
Let you go and get back to sorting out all your tickets and buying your crystals and everything else. Thank you so much, Jo.
Thank you.
I'm Talitha Joy. That is my actual name. And I work with women going through everything like periods, pregnancy, postpartum, perimenopause. I do body work and I make all these products, and I'm also a postnatal doula. So I've been working with women for like over 20 years.
Wow. So what can people come and get from you today when they're here?
They can get so many things. My favourite thing just now is the rose elixir. So it's like a tincture.
Okay.
And it's made with roses, honey and glycerin. So you literally just like put it on your tongue. Do you want to try some? Yeah, because you need some, don't you?
Yeah, I do need some.
Right, you can stick your tongue out and I'll put it on your tongue. Right, okay. It's like sweeties.
My God, that tastes so nice.
That's my favourite thing. I've also got, I've got everything. I've got like magnesium balm. I've got hormonal hot chocolate, everything I make myself. I literally just moved into a massive unit recently, so I'm expanding.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, there's literally like boob oil. I also make organic lube, but I don't have that. I've got boob oil as well, womb oil. I've got everything.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we will probably see you throughout the day.
Thank you.
So I found Lisa. I couldn't not come to this stall because look how colourful it is. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. Tell me all about your little stand here at the Witchy Bazaar. I don't even know where to start.
So I'm a professional artist, so I've just brought everything that I do really. So I've got my portfolio with me, all my prints, and I've got some originals, a hand-paint denim jacket, and a hand-paint tote bags, and I've got my mum's wee hand-crocheted dolls with me as well, which I've not had these before.
So I'm just checking they're not voodoo dolls.
I mean, they are what you want them to be. However you move.
I was actually going to ask you, do you paint everything here?
Yes.
Yeah. Some of this artwork is incredible.
Thank you.
And do you come to quite a lot of the Witchy Bazaar?
I am at a lot of these food, yep. I love it. It's a good vibe, it's good energy, good people, you know.
And do you count yourself as a witch?
I've always been drawn to the unknown, to the weird and wonderful things in life, and that's how I was brought up. So yes, I would say so.
Absolutely, that's why I like it in here. We're all witches together. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I love
you for stopping by.
Love all of this stuff. I could not walk by this stand. This is gorgeous. It is reminding me of the fairy godmother in Shrek. Do you know when she goes into her big room and she's got all the potions? So this is Xanthi. Tell me a bit about art by Xanthi.
Hi, so this is, of course, my art. I use everything that I find myself, so I do a lot of foraging. I find a lot of roadkill and such to make my creations. I use a bunch of dried flowers, dried mosses, as well as animal bones and animal parts and insects as well.
Oh, my goodness. So you are like foraging at night by the roads. I feed the foxes at night. So I'm like, I'll throw them some apples and things, and they'll be like, God, if one of them's found at the side of the road, you'll go and
Essentially, yes. Me just crawling around the woods at night.
It feels quite savage, but it does look really, really cool. And are any of these used for actual potions? Does anybody use them for spells and things?
I do actually have a few spell jars over here.
Spell jars, tell me more. Oh, look at these. Is that wax it's sealed with?
Yeah, they are sealed with some
See that?
gold wax, of course,
Oh,
and that
that's-
one is a self-love jar.
Self-love jar.
So it has some rose quartz as well as some rose buds as well.
And you know it's going to be an interesting stall when you've got a coffin. A coffin shape
Exactly.
sign.
You know you're in the right place.
Only at the Witchy Bazaars, Anthony. Only at the Witchy Bazaar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tanika, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how you started and what you have.
I sell there's like ethically sourced crystals
Okay.
or responsibly sourced crystals, however, whichever term you want to use.
Yeah.
I'm a Reiki master teacher.
Amazing.
So I infuse everything with Reiki. And I'm very drawn to like light and bright crystals
Yeah.
and energy. So I think it's quite receptive kind of in my business.
So, what's your favourite?
Oh, I love clear quartz or rose quartz.
Rose quartz. Yeah, I've always loved. I call it Celestine, but that's probably not right, is
No,
it?
it is right. Yeah,
I love that for the connection side,
it's definitely.
the angelic
I
side.
was just going to say,
Yeah.
it's very much connected with Angela.
I have wanted to come and speak to Marion all day, and this has been such a busy little stand, so it looks so interesting. Tell me all about it.
I'm here today showcasing my Oracle deck that I created
Oh,
with
wow.
the wonderful artist Terry Cottrell, my business partner. I have got copies of the deck which we crowdfunded, and it's all independent, there's no mass market, and we've got prints from the card images as well.
Tell me a bit about this Oracle deck. Is it this one here?
Yes, it is.
Now, I noticed it's called the Grief Journey.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that then. What was that inspired by and what can we expect from it?
So I have been a tarot card reader and astrologer since the 90s.
Wow.
A long time.
We're looking for an astrologer podcast.
Alright, okay, hi. So when my dad passed away in 2020, I looked through my industry to find something to help me, because obviously that time it was very difficult to, gather, etc. And there was nothing. There was nothing in the marketplace, and anything I could find, it was just really like insipid Hallmark cards. We're in a better place, and and there was nothing to acknowledge the pain and suffering that I was feeling. So, like all things, it's like, well, there's nothing available, finding I'll do it myself.
That's the common theme of the markets here today. A lot of people realising that something they needed wasn't there, so they just went out and did it, and it's all badass women. I love it. Something we do talk about quite a lot is signs and synchronicities, and we've had quite a lot of them this week, haven't we?
Yeah, I think yours today though was
Yeah,
amazing.
so does anybody ever, just a wee like show of hands anywhere in the room, does anybody ever see like 111 or 222? Yeah, like you see numbers. Do you ever Google it? Do you ever? Yeah, so lots of people know then. Give it a little Google and see basically what your fate holds. I just always, every time I see numbers, give it a wee Google, and then I'm like, that's it. You can just take the reins on my life. So it's the same with animals and things.
Yeah.
A fox is a big one for me. So
Yeah.
today I saw the number 11. I saw an amber crystal, which is my
Your name.
and I saw a big print of a fox. And then I got in the car, put my music on shuffle. It was Benson Boone Mystical Magical and then Taylor Swift Opalite. I'm like, well, I'll go to the Witchy Bazaar. And when I put it in my sat nav on the motorway, it said 12 minutes and you'll arrive at 12:12.
Wow.
So I know today's just wild.
Yeah.
So
Crazy
I'm definitely
thing.
going to have to Google that whole, I'm going to put it into like ChatGPT and be like, what's going to happen to me? Why am I seeing all of this?
It was just all synchronicities for you coming here.
All bringing me to the Witchy Bazaar. So we'll give ourselves a little quick intro to who they actually are. If you haven't listened before, it will tell you kind of how we got into
Yeah.
all of this stuff, because I'm sure everybody here has really good and really unique stories as to why you love tarot or crystals or witchcraft, or just get together with people who
Are like-minded.
are like-minded.
Yeah.
So what about you, Toni? What is it? Because you're amazing. You do everything. What is it you do, and what kind of got you into this? Yeah.
So for those that don't know me, I do quite a lot of like guidance and healing work. So kind of, I like to say I'm like therapy, but psychic at the same time, a mix of both. But more recently it's been talking and sharing experiences and teaching others about this kind of stuff. But for me, it definitely was the passing of my gran. Back in 2017, that I had always, like, I was Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Charmed obsessed when I was little, so it's always been there, going for readings and things like that as I got into my teenage years. But it was definitely Bella passing and that grief journey that I wanted to be able to connect with her. I didn't want someone else to be able to tell me that she was around me and she was there. I wanted to do it myself. And it was actually here, just round the corner on Berkeley Street, that I started going to the spiritualist church, and then delved into learning how to use those psychic abilities and do mediumship for myself, which is proof that everyone in this room can do it if they choose to. If they choose to kind of move through those blocks that might be there that stop them from tapping into their abilities. And since then, that's been...
What can blocks look like? So if somebody is here just now, I think a lot of people do kind of get into spirituality and want to connect through grief. I know for me, and I can admit that there's a lot of it is like, I want proof, which I know sometimes isn't always the best way to go about it, but I do want proof that my ancestors, my loved ones, are there, and whether it is, a robin or a feather or numbers, I always just fully believe that is a sign from wherever they are now. And I would love to connect, but for me, I think a block is fear. It always is fear. And Toni knows this because I've been on a few of Toni's courses where we've tried to connect, and I feel like I've been getting really close, and then something happens and I'm like, oh my God, Gran, I didn't want that to happen, that's so scary, and then nothing else happens. So
although there's a whole episode on the podcast of you turning into your gran,
where's Pam?
Definitely
Where is Pam? Is she out here somewhere? There you are. Pam saw me turning into my gran. We were on one of Toni's courses, and we were doing like it was like something for Harry Potter. It was like transfiguration.
But you cannot say you do not connect to spirit when you're literally morphed into.
I morphed into my gran. I could feel it, and then after that, though, there's been nothing because I was terrified.
Yeah, I was scared.
It felt nice and comforting, but part of me was like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do that. And I think that because I've never really trained as such, like, I know you don't train, but I hadn't really practiced a lot. I was kind of scared of how powerful you could actually be when you really put your mind to it. So what can these blocks look like? We've touched on fear. Like, is there anything else that comes up for people who really want to connect?
Well, doubt, I would say, is probably the biggest one after fear. Like, probably most of you, if you're sitting here thinking, I want to do that, but I can't, that's you doubting yourself, which will come and cover a whole line of things within you that need to be released and healed, so that you don't feel that way about yourself anymore, so that confidence can be there, that you can, because your psychic abilities are just your senses, and you're all sitting here with those senses right now in human form. So you can do that on that level as well. But doubt is the biggest killer of everything, not just this world. Everything in general, anything that you set your sights on, that doubt is going to come in. But there can be so many past lives can come into it. We've done quite a lot. We've talked on past lives.
About past lives and timelines is something that absolutely blows my mind. You put something on your Instagram story the other night, like, I thought it was 5 o'clock. What in the glitch is this or something?
I know. It was like the sun was still so high in the sky. It was 9:15 or something like that. I thought it was.
I've seen that all over TikTok though. People saying
Time is
that
definitely changing.
people are saying that time is changing, or like the government are changing all of our clocks and things to, I don't know why,
Or the sky.
make more money, or it's the sky or the universe. But I actually feel that too sometimes when you're like, how have I got so much done? And that was
Yeah.
an hour, but maybe that's just because we're women.
Yeah, we do.
So we just
That's
do
true.
loads of stuff in an hour.
That is
But you
true.
definitely have to have that belief in yourself.
It's belief in self, absolutely. And even there's times where I still have that massive doubt, but it's not as strong as what it was before. So I'm able to overcome it a bit easier.
So we said we would talk a bit about, before we get into the Q&A and these lovely questions here, we said we'd talk a little bit about getting into the woo-woo.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a really good start. First of all, just having that belief in yourself.
Yeah.
But also, there are lots of tools that you can use, and we've done some episodes on this, but just in case you've not listened, or you really need a little bit of a helping guidance, a helping hand, there are lots of stalls here at the Witchy Bazaar, but there are so many ways that you can start to connect. And I think you quite often say, like, connecting with yourself is really important first, isn't it? Which sounds cliche, but it is.
No, it is, because that connection with whoever you're trying to connect with, whether it be loved ones, ancestors, the universe, God, whatever name you give, that's going to come through you. It has to come through you for you to connect with it. Even if you're physically seeing them standing there in front of you, it's your eyes that are seeing them, or your mind that's seeing them. So if you've not got that strong connection with yourself, that's going to appear really difficult, which is where that healing side comes in, and those removing the blocks and things like that. So sitting with yourself, whether that is meditation, whether that's going for a run, whether it's taking some time to just sit and listen to music, you need to make that connection with you to strengthen that for all the other things to be able to fall into place.
And then there's also like your crystals, your pendulum. Pendulum's a touchy subject. We put a TikTok up
She likes to embarrass me.
about a pendulum, and you know what TikTok's like? I don't really. So I'm a radio presenter, and I've kind of just trained myself to block out any negative noise. And I know that Toni, and you won't mind me saying, like, you do sometimes have
the doubt,
and that's why, like, I'm really proud of Toni getting up here and, you know, doing things publicly and speaking publicly, because that isn't always a comfort zone for you. And so all these TikTokers were saying, like, oh, she's moving that pendulum herself, because we did it on an episode of the pod, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was like moving left and right, or going round and round, and everyone was saying this is wrong. So Toni went and attached the pendulum to a door handle, and then filmed a 10-minute video asking it questions, going, see guys, see, it's not me, and put it up. But you know what, like, that's good on you.
I did not touch it.
Not good on you, because it was truth, wasn't it?
And obviously none of them commented on that video, did they? Probably didn't even see it.
Just taking the full video, she was like, is this too much to put up on TikTok? And I'm like, you do you. Listen, if it's going to make you feel better, get that up there.
To be fair, they were asking me to prove it.
Why?
They were asking for a video.
That's another thing, isn't it? Why do people need the... I say that because I want the proof, but why do people need the proof all the time when it's on?
Yeah.
When it's online.
But it's fear. So many people that are skeptical, it is fear that's stopping them from even being open to believing in the first place.
That's right, because recently in my house, my kitchen door, every time I'm in the kitchen, it bangs like a proper whack. And I actually was just in on my own, talking to the door, and I'm like, right, I'm sick of not knowing who this is. Show me who this is. Send me a sign. And I went upstairs, opened a purse that I use all the time. A little Christmas label fluttered out as a wee sticker. And it said, to Amber from Grandpa Al. And I was like, oh my God, it's my grandpa. And then I told my partner, and he was like, no, that's just the heat expanding in the door. And I'm like, it's my grandpa. It's my grandpa. Shut up. You just have to block out that noise, don't you? And believe it. It's like anything. It's religion, spirituality, and you believe it.
Yeah.
Stick on your path.
Yeah, definitely.
What else did you do to kind of start getting into the woo-woo? Because I feel like I used you a lot. I found Toni and I was like, great. Get me in.
That is it. Like finding a mentor or development circle, someone that's already further along that path that can help you connect is one of the best ways to do it. Most of you probably know you already can. Like when we're talking about things, it'll be making you think of times that this has happened or that's happened or I sensed that and I knew that was going to happen. But sometimes you just need someone else to help bring it out of you. So definitely there's so many development groups and workshops and circles that run weekly now that
Is
people
the
can
church
go
still
to.
there about the street?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's another one across Somerset Place, I think it is, just across the road. So there's two right here.
So the spiritual churches are good because you're in with the same kind of circles of people. That's also why things like this are amazing, the Witchy Bazaar and being here and around like-minded people. It's so good for your energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Teach you all the right stuff.
Yeah.
When we get to some of the questions, then we can ask you some questions as well. There's a lovely little box that Joel put at the front. And
No, how
we've had lots of questions in here.
Right, go and pick.
Oh, right. What's the spookiest experience you've had since embarking on your journey?
Amber turning into your gran.
Apart from me turning into my gran, we need to talk about last week
Oh,
at the Barras.
the Barras.
Oh, Toni was in her element.
I love it. I could have stayed all night. So anyone that doesn't listen to the podcast, we went to Randall's Antiques at the Barras with the Scottish Ghost Company. Yvonne and David and Andy kindly let us go.
Yes, Andy owns the shop.
Yeah. Amber was, excuse my French, shitting herself to go.
Yeah.
But when you got there,
Yeah, but like everyone was like, oh, so funny, like you're so scared. I was genuinely so scared that I would like bring a spirit home and then my dog would be like, ah, like barking and I was in on my own. And we were basically going to connect with spirits that Andy, the owner, had. So he knew they were around, but he just kind of, again, needed that proof, wanted to know who you were.
yeah,
So the Scottish Ghost Company went in and they became really good friends with Andy, and David's very like you actually, to medium. He does rescue mediumship, and they found out that these spirits, the main two that come through, we've got Doris, who's
the wee granny.
an older lady,
Yeah.
and we've got Sarah, who's a wee girl. And I don't know what it was about Sarah. It was kind of just really
So emotional.
freaking me out at the start because it was a kid, and then I felt quite emotional about it because I have a wee boy, and I don't know, it felt really sad, and I just was a little bit scared because they used what's it called? It's like the frequency. Is it called EMF box or something?
Yeah.
It says
Spirit box.
the spirit box. Their voices come through, and I had only ever seen that on like ghost hunters, and I guess part of you thinks,
That's not real.
is that real? Oh my God, it's real, and it's wild. I think even if we've actually not put out
No,
the podcast yet,
we did get it filmed, so
but I think even if you watch videos on TikTok and you're not there, you're like, is it? It's like, oh my, the old woman's voice coming through. These guys were here,
They
the
were
guys
there.
filming, they were all here.
they can vouch.
There was the little girl's voice. It was wild, but it was not scary.
Yeah.
So,
Put you at ease.
what are
very
some of the
quickly.
things that happened?
So the scariest part was probably the speaker came flying off of the table. Like we were all just standing, chatting. I don't even know, did you guys catch it?
So, it's on the
So-
TikTok actually.
The
Scottish
Scottish
Ghost
posted on TikTok.
That's right.
We were just standing and it just flew off the table, big speaker onto the ground. That was scary.
There was we put out toys for Sarah and who's the other wee girl? Elise. And they were like passing the balloon back and forward, but there was no draft and no one was there. And honestly, it was wild.
There's loads. There really was.
Telephone
loads.
ringing, the music
Yeah.
box.
And then Alan, our lovely camera guy here, he took Sarah a little toy elephant, but obviously nobody knew that apart from us. And she came through straight away saying animal. but they thought, well, what's she talking
They were
about?
like, what's
'Cause
she
they
talking
didn't
about?
know.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I think it's something Alan's got, and Amber
She said elephant. And
said elephant.
so I heard her saying elephant. I heard this little spirit voice, elephant. And I was like, I was pure making her work for it. I was like, Sarah, can you say that again? I just want to make sure
Confirm that
you
for
said
me.
that. Just repeat that. And yeah, she knew it was an elephant. It was honestly wild. I even
Yeah.
think now talking about it, it must sound like
Crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
But it was just, you'll love it. See, when you see the video, the footage, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's definitely the spookiest thing.
From this week, definitely.
Toni was loving it. Toni, you were like in the middle going, if it's you, can you make the light brighter? And it would get brighter. It was so cool though. You were having
Yeah.
full conversation.
I've not done anything like that probably for about 3 or 4 years because everything's now like one-to-ones or groups. So being back in that environment and actually connecting with outside spirits, if you like, in that different way.
Can we mention really quickly about the veteran? Was it a veteran of the World War II soldier? What, like,
Yeah.
Toni got really quite
Yeah, I did.
emotional.
Yeah, I did.
It was like because Toni does rescue mediumship, which is really cool. What is?
Cool.
I'll let you explain what rescue mediumship is because I know it's not cool, but I think it's cool, but it's very heavy for Toni. It's actually really quite sad.
Anyone who has been into the supernatural stuff, all I need to say is Ghost Whisperer. That TV programme, that is rescue mediumship. So when spirits try to come through to get help, so they're either stuck, which a lot of people don't really believe in, but I've worked with it, so I do. They're maybe stuck here, they've had a traumatic passing and they're just a bit confused. They don't know that they're even not here anymore, basically. Or they sometimes just have something they need to communicate with somebody before they can cross over. So that was interesting because this guy came through that David, who's the medium of the Scottish Ghost Company, he also did rescue mediumship. So the two of us were picking up on the exact same thing he sees and I feel. So I was kind of validating what he was saying and him wish I...
Remember as well when he said, are you from London Road? And he went, no, Govan. That's what this voice said. Govan. Oh, you're for Govan, right?
But the spookiest part is most of those spirit boxes, it's like a robotic voice normally. Whatever happens in that place, they come through in these child voices, Glaswegian voices,
Doris,
male, female.
This doesn't surprise me because you might notice I do talk a lot, but Doris kept telling me to waste. Every time Doris was going, waste. Every time I spoke.
You really thought she didn't like you
I
in the
was getting
beginning, didn't
shut
you?
up by a spirit. I was like, how bad is that? It's worse when it's in spirit world. Like, bad enough in real life, but when you get, well, say real life, you know what I mean? People here,
Yeah.
and you get spirits telling you to shut up.
Yeah. But they assured you that if she's winding you up, she likes you.
Yeah, just like a wee granny.
Yeah.
Well, we get to another question because we've just, see, to be fair though, we were actually going to talk about that, so we've gone off on a tangent.
I know, we always
Right.
do. Oh.
Oh, this is a wee
Story, maybe?
So this one says, my nana passed away in 2024. We were all with her. She died on my mum's birthday. My mum just reached pensioner age, in inverted commas. That's kind. This must not look like a pensioner. A few weeks later, my mum found her birth certificate. Her date of birth was the same time as my nana passed.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
That is
What would you take in it?
Nice.
Isn't that just a nice synchronicity?
synchronicity. Yeah, I think that's what we talk about a lot, isn't it? Signs, but the synchronicities and how things all tie in with each other. You can't question that.
You often quite hear of stories of people kind of saying, you know, my loved one waited until we
Yeah.
I think that's what my grandpa did as
Yeah.
soon as I got there. 15 minutes later, but I was the last one to arrive. He was gone, but I think a lot of people do. I believe that they wait
Yeah.
or they have a specific
Time.
time or date.
Yeah, so that's what actually happened with Bella. So we got married on the 17th of June and she couldn't make it because she was in hospital. But she held off until the next day and then
Obviously the day
When?
after your wedding.
day after my wedding. Yeah.
When did you actually see her? Because you saw her in spirit form. Was that the day after your
The
wedding?
next night. So
Wow.
the 19th.
My God,
Yeah.
what a send off in your honeymoon, eh?
Yeah,
For your wee gran.
I know.
actually coming to your bedside.
Bittersweet. Definitely
But
bittersweet.
then I feel like you've connected with her so much that it feels like she's still
still
around you
here.
so much.
Yeah.
Right, let's get this box. We'll go through them. Do you want to pick one out?
Yeah. Let's
Pick one. I'm going to hold this here because
Oh.
I'm sick of breathing in.
What does the future of Tune to the Moon look like?
More live shows, but like proper live shows.
This is our first proper live show.
Yeah, we'll do like live podcasts.
Yeah.
Like,
Amber and I have massive visions. It's just actually making it happen. These guys are probably like, hurry up, because I've done a million live shows by now.
we've actually got some cool things like in the pipeline and also in our brainstorms. So things like live shows, we've got guests as well that we want to get on the pod.
Yeah.
And some cool merchy bits and bobs.
Yeah, that would be good.
When we finally,
When we get it done.
when we have babysitters and we can actually have a chat.
Yeah.
But
When
yeah,
normal
definitely some live
life is
shows.
not getting in the way.
Oh, that's a wee story.
Okay. I had the experience where I woke up and saw an old man in a brown suit, sorry, my eyesight, standing in my room doorway. I thought he was lost. I was scared and had like a child
Under the TV.
under the duvet. How can you see that? How can I not see that? Once I got over myself, I searched for him, but he wasn't there. This happened 25 years ago, but has always stayed with me. And I think that's a perfect example of what you said. Like, Amber's very good at wanting to see spirit and asks constantly to see spirit.
And then tell them actually don't go there, I'm
And then
scared.
says, don't, I'm by myself and I'm too scared, so don't come. So that's that same thing. Like, you automatically do go straight into that fear mode, I think, unless it's something that you're used to experiencing all the time. I would absolutely shit myself if someone appeared.
Do you think
And
it's maybe a generational thing though? Because I feel like right now, if I see signs, I will just say to my wee boy, oh, that's your great gran, or that's this or that. And I guess my mum was quite good at doing that,
Yeah.
but my dad was very, not yet shut off, thought that was a lot of nonsense. I wonder if it maybe is, we are kind of told, oh, that's just your imagination.
Yeah.
He's got an imaginary pal.
Yeah.
Whereas in actual fact, if we say to kids now, what does that spirit look like? Or like,
Yeah.
what does that person look like? It could be a wee spirit pal.
Like my little boy, in fact, all three of my kids have been quite sensitive to seeing things, but he has been in this room, obviously, for years and is still scared to sleep in the room because he sees things at night, and I don't shut that down, whereas we would have been told, oh, don't be silly, it's just a dream, go back to sleep, there's no one there. But I just encourage it now and reassure him that whatever is there, it's okay, it's not going to be anything bad.
Kids
so I
say
think
wild
right.
things. My wee boy said something about being knocked over on a road and then coming out my tummy. But last night he actually said to me as well, oh, mummy, it was so dark in your tummy, I was so comfy. And I was like, is that why you're waiting to 42 weeks? Is that why you were in there? Why did you take so long to come out? Like, give me answers. So,
Yeah.
But they're definitely, I think, a lot more clever and in tune than we think. So we've got two more here. I can read that big story.
Yeah,
one
I
if you
read them
want.
since I can read right.
Oh my goodness. Two sides, wait me a sec. Right. So this one says, for me, it wasn't any one thing in particular. My mum always said I was a bit of a spooky child, and as I got older, my interest developed. She started to open up to me about hers and why she did the things she did. She thought about tarot and gave me my first egg. I later inherited her cards. She was a lover of plants and herbs, and in her garden, she was very intentional. I now know the way she did things and the way she kept our home were actually rituals passed down from my grandmother and her grandmother. How amazing is that? We since learned that these things were quietly done because of shame and fear that people outside the home would learn. Before she passed, we would sit in our garden and watch the moon and stars at night. I keep her tarot on my nightstand and I sit in our garden and talk to her, and I miss her deeply. Oh, that's so emotional.
You're getting emotional, and
Yeah, I know.
that's happening
Stop
quite a
chatting
lot.
to the eyes. I used to be an ice queen. I didn't used to cry until about 2 weeks ago, and then I
Spirits
started
make
crying my eyes
cry
out
all
in
the
that
time.
antique shop. But that's
I think that
is-
happens quite a lot.
and it's the wanting the connection, but also then realising, I think,
Yeah.
that this person's mum was kind of hiding
Yeah.
the interest out of fear, and it's going back to the witchcraft and the shame, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. Even my gran, who's still here, so Bella's daughter, she now tells me she wakes up screaming most nights because she sees things in her room. This has never been communicated to me until I was in my 30s.
You're like,
Why
that's
would
my
you not
job.
be telling me that? Like when you're younger. So it's obviously been in the lineage, and I've just had no idea. Bella was the same, but I didn't know until she passed.
I think this person just should be so grateful again
Yeah,
that their mum was really open, and
Still able to do it in a way as well.
I
if
think
not-
gardens are a lovely place to
Yeah. The herbs and yeah. Right, last one.
Last one, and then we've got like 5-10 minutes. We can see if we've got a wee Q&A here, because I want to let you get back to your shopping. Okay, well, I was meditating in Bali. Oh, guys. I prayed to the universe for protection for my husband in Scotland. 2 days later, he found, what's this, a stone?
The hag
A
stone.
hag stone on the beach. While on the phone with me, the universe provides. What's a hag stone?
Is that the wee love heart type ones? No.
A stone.
Oh,
with a
the
hole in it.
hole.
Oh, that's so nice.
Witchy stone.
A witchy stone. I don't know much about
No.
that, but that's so nice, and it definitely, the universe does provide and listen.
Yeah, so that I don't.
That's definitely Doris shutting my mic off again.
She's talking to my.
She's like, I know it's so mad. I need to stop it.
That's probably a stone for protection, though, I would imagine. Yeah, so that's why when she's asked for that, it's been given.
That's so lovely. Thank you so much for putting the cards in this wee box. And does anyone have any questions? We can come out to you, and you
Can go on camera and might.
or you can just book a session with Toni.
No?
No. Anything else you want to add about what getting into the witchy and woo-woo side of things?
No, I think it is. These are all here. These are all tapping into it in some way. Or you're already probably doing it and have been for a long time. So just keep doing that. But probably a little bit about what we spoke about there. Share it with people. Like some of you sitting here probably don't talk about the fact that you come to things like this, or you're interested in this kind of thing, and that maybe I don't even know that it is shame. I think it's just that fear of judgment, or you really just can't be bothered trying to justify yourself to people who do not believe in it and think it's a lot of rubbish. Because that happens. You get that quite a lot even in work, don't you? Like,
Yeah, I get that a lot. And well, I guess friends as well. When we were going to do that ghost, I call it a ghost hunt, when we were going to get spirits and vandals, and one of my friends was like, that's just going to be somebody that works there banging on the door. Like, why are you spending your bank holiday Sunday doing that? Everyone else is getting boozy at a barbecue. And I was like, because I actually want to learn stories about these spirits. And yeah, in work, my work is in Clydebank, it's the old Singer factory, and it's very, very, I hear a lot of noises when I'm working late nights. I'm actually going in there straight after here to work. So I'm like, please don't disrupt anything, spirits. But I had a few people in my work, because I want to do like a ghost hunt, because we're moving into town. And I want to bring the Scottish Ghost up there, and there have a few people in work saying, oh, it's just, either it's a load of nonsense, or oh, it'll be dead funny to see you like standing and then somebody can drop something and you'll scream. And I'm like, no, I actually want to bring people in who are serious about spirits and their stories, just to find out if all of these noises that I hear at night, if they are like spirits, if these spirits are stuck, if they're, if they actually live there. I just want to know, because I truly believe that there are spirits in place. People might have nuts. But I'm just like, that's fine, let them, because places like this exist.
yeah, exactly. You know your people.
And Toni exists.
I think that's something from last weekend, though. Like, people do think you're going on these ghost hunts and doing it for fun and proving. It was so emotional, I think.
It was the energy.
Because of the connection that this medium and investigator have developed with these spirits. Like,
Yeah, it's not
literally-
something to like poke fun at.
No.
That it really was.
like they
It
feel
was heavy.
safe, and yeah,
But I slept so well. I got a babysitter overnight, so I could just sleep. And I was like a life giving energy. I just felt drained
yeah,
because I had used so much. But it was so interesting. So if you ever get a chance to do a kind of ghost hunt or something, definitely do it. It's worth it.
with the right people.
I just have a really quick question. Are there any particular subjects, if there are, that you would like us to do podcasts on? If there are any, then you could stick them in here, or if there's anything you can think of right now, let us know and we can get some guests on. I think we want to do astrology, we want to do witchcraft, because I'm just interested in it. Toni,
Aliens, we want to do aliens.
aliens, yeah, if anybody knows anyone that knows anything about aliens and UFOs, that's wild.
Yeah.
But if there's anything in particular that you think I would listen to that, then you could put it in the wee box or send us a DM. Tubes and Moon Pods on Insta.